I'm so excited about this. The farmer that I had spoke to, who owns all the property across the street from us, he, as I suspected, because this is kind of the way that full-time farmers are, you know, if you ask for a favor, you kind of have to wait for them until they're ready. But so it's been a little bit longer than I had planned, but you remember me, and he's come to cut our grass. We're gonna bale it soon into straw and hay. Hello. And everyone else is in the pool. Oh, it's okay.
I don't know where it is.
Andrew
doesn't know where to pinpoint
wasp
the
stings.
thing.
Oh, sweet girl.
Where's my whole finger?
Okay, we're gonna get some hot water. I'll be right back. Somebody told us that if you put hot water, as hot as it can stand, on the part of your body that got stung by a wasp or a bee, it actually neutralizes the poison in it. And we found that to be true. This, that's pretty hot. Yeah, probably. You just have to basically wait for the heat to soak into the part that has the venom in it, and it does work. It really does. We're so glad we have a pool. These pumpkins really like the cooler earth, essentially this giant mulch thing. Yeah. It's just interesting to see how well those are growing compared to these. This is normal for those to, no matter how much you water them, they always droop in the heat. And they perk back up when it gets cooler in the nighttime. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of cool to see that happen. This is so cool seeing a grass cutter, a mower, on our property, actually putting this pasture grass to use. I feel like we've been more or less wasting it for the past few years. And I'm actually really surprised how much hay is here. I mean, the part that he's on right now is really good for nothing but straw. It's already dead and dry. But even that's useful. And this part that's wet, green, I mean, is, I can't even guess how many tons or how many bales. We're gonna do small bales. Can't guess how many bales will come off of it, but I can already tell that it's more than what I previously thought would come off of it. These windrows are much thicker than I had expected them to be. Gosh, it's just so exciting to see it. So I paid him $100, and we're just gonna square up afterwards. If it costs more than that, I'll pay more, and if it costs less, then we'll apply it to next year or whatever works out. But he said he already agreed that he'll come do it again in the spring, and we're gonna try to make this a regular thing. And gosh, I just can't even get over it. It's so nice to see this being used. So nice. And it actually cuts it a lot shorter than I thought too, which is good. I was worried that there was gonna be a lot of stubble, just kind of going to waste, but it's cutting it about as short as a lawnmower would. This is good for two reasons. First of all, of course, because we're gonna get the hay, and there's a piece of plywood out here. Glad he didn't run over that. Or he did run over it. Glad he didn't run into it. But obviously we get the hay and straw out of it. But also, even if there wasn't any value of this stuff that we're cutting, it would still, cutting it allows the grass to regrow and come back nice and green, like you see my neighbor's grass. She had a whole bunch of steers that she had rented out the pasture to allow them to graze her pasture really, really thoroughly in late spring this year. And then the farmer that owned those steers came back and gathered them up, and so there's been nothing on this for several months, and it's thick and full and juicy. Looks, if I was a cow, that would look very yummy. Anyway, so cutting ours will allow it to grow back like that, and this is the time to do it because grass will grow back in the fall as the temperatures go down. Oh wow! Now he's on the back pasture. Here's another piece of plywood. Wow. With the price of plywood these days, just finding these 2 pieces is a a valuable find as much as getting the hay cut. So there he is in the back pasture now. Let's go check on Banjo. Yeah. How's your hands, babe?
We're probably gonna try and have it go under
From what?
in hotter water. She said every time it's not in the warm water,
No.
it hurts again.
Why the heck?
Where is it?
Oh, her pinky somewhere.
I don't see.
She can't really pinpoint. It looks like it's right there.
I know it was
Yeah. I'm sorry.
When there was.
I know, but when you build it up.
Trying to get the ladder situated in a better place. This is actually where it's supposed to go, but it doesn't really fit our landscaping yet. I think we're going to make this the new pathway. The pool is reinforced on the bottom on this part, so this is of course where the ladder is supposed to go. So we'll make a path around here and right through there. And technically that lines up almost perfectly with the gate posts that we made, which lines up almost perfectly with the door. Anyway, that's kind of the way that we've always gone to the garden anyway. And so I think this is the best way to go. All right, I'm gonna go check out the progress on the hay cutting. This is so cool. Wow, I made quick work of that. This is the last little part. Having that big tractor on our field makes it look like a much smaller field. But what he's done today is about 3 acres though. Only took about half an hour. And that's that. Wow. Done. That's my buddy Seth driving the tractor. All right, we were just talking. He says, why don't we cut a little bit more of that? So I don't think the cows are gonna get to it. And they don't need it right now. So I'm gonna open up a couple of these parts that I had fenced off with electric wire and get some more of this cut. And that might be a few more bales that we can put up for the winter time. So even though I actually just put these up yesterday, that's all right. I think it's worth taking them down so we can get some more hay out of it. Okay, I'll better do that quick. All right, whew, out of breath. So we got those cleared off, just 3 or 4 wires that needed to be cleared out of the way. And Seth is gonna mow another, looks like close to an acre more, maybe not quite. But the reason I decided to go that way is even though that's kind of the last of the usable pasture for the cows, we do have the other pastures that we've been working on for a while that they ate in the springtime and that are now quite green and not super long, but doing well. And if we need to, we can feed them on that. And of course, we will soon have hay baled. So none of this is wasted. It's fine that the cows, they can't eat it fast enough anyway. So every ounce of hay that we put up in bales, well, and in the barn, is hay that either the cows would have eaten anyway, or they would have wasted. So rather just feed it to them later than have to rely on them to eat it in the pasture. Overall, I don't know. You can probably sense how happy I am about this whole situation. It should have happened a long time ago. Part of it was my inability to ask for help, not because I am prideful about it, but I have a hard time getting in the way of other people. I don't like to be a burden, and so I've adopted the do-it-yourself attitude largely for that reason. But there's a lot that I can't do myself, and it seems like people are very willing to help. And why shouldn't it be? I mean, I'm the same way. I'm absolutely willing to help, but not as willing to accept help sometimes, and I need to be better at that. Anyway, good day, good day on this little homestead. Well, I'm gonna catch my breath and go jump in the pool. So here I'm gonna say goodbye for now, and I'll see you again really soon. Thanks for joining us today. Bye.
Doesn't hurt anymore.
At all? Like, so if I touch it, it doesn't hurt either? Wow. Well, I guess the hot water worked.